Hey, now we are at, let's see, before we start, it's June 1st. So I keep starting June 1st, and we are at Walter Johnson. Michigan here, and my allergies are just killing me. So if I sneeze or sniffle, apologizing in advance. Walter Johnson, probably in the early 1920s, the most either he or Christy Mathewson, probably the most dominant pitcher in baseball. I mean, he still today holds a record for most career shutouts at 110. I mean, I don't think there'll be 110 shutouts possibly in all this decade. So 417 career wins. That was number 2 all time to Cy Young. Obviously, he retired. He was routinely considered like the fastest pitcher in baseball. If you watch the documentary Fastball, there was debate whether or not he, Bob Feller, or Nolan Ryan threw the fastest pitch ever. And they were all pitched in different times. But again, 417 wins. He routinely had ERAs below 2. Like, it was common for him. So, like, in 1936, the original induction class, he was one of 2 pitchers selected by the original induction class. And obviously, this makes him one of the all-time greats. So, excuse me. So because of that, obviously, he's highly collected. And his autograph, he died of a stroke in 1946 at age 59. So that's not that old, even then, not that old. So because of that, like, I've never seen, let's say, we'll call it a post-stroke signature. So all autographs, even that year, you can find he died towards the end of 1946. So he was still, there's a lot of checks out there. He was very good via mail. So there are still, like, he's not that hard of an autograph to find. You're going to expect to pay, you're going to pay like from a cut, which I don't recommend, $1,000. You can get checks out there. They could be more and more rare because people are like to cut them. But checks out there are like $2,000, $2,500. So that's how I would always go, obviously, for Walter Johnson, or like, obviously there's with government postcards as well out there. But anyways, let's get on to the big train, the autograph analysis of Mr. Walter Johnson. Share my screen here. Do I not even have the PSA database? I don't have the PSA database uploaded, so let me pull that up first. So yeah, usually I do, and I apologize for that. So let me come back here while I pull it up. I went through it already. So sorry, bear with me here. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's share my screen again. So here we have Walter Johnson. And again, I always like to go here because they have some, again, these are usually really good examples. So I want to talk about this Walter Johnson. We're going to come back to this in a second with, like, I'm going to call it the hard, what's it called? The hard stop right here with the triangle. So this is usually considered a playing days Walter Johnson autograph. Walter Johnson, when he signed the autographs, usually, I mean, it's pretty level. It kind of drops off, as you could see right here at the R and at the end. What was common for him is when I like to look for Walter Johnson, a couple of things. This W right here, I don't want to see as the highest point of his autograph. The W, I usually want to see this one or this one. Usually this one over here was more common when during his playing days, towards the end of his lifetime. This W was the higher point. I've never been a fan, honestly, of these hard triangle J's. We'll get to that later, even right here. Usually get into 2 or a 3-stroke J with the Johnson. The only thing consistent usually you're going to see is the break right here between the W and the A. You will see breaks right here between the J and the O also as we go on. Usually he's signed on a pretty flat plane with the R falling down right here and the N falling down right here. To be honest, more I look at that, more I'm not a fan. Again, this one right here is what we talked about. Again, it looks to me almost like a 2-stroke W J right here with a break between the J and the O. I've seen it both ways. Right here, you see how the W is the highest point of his autograph right here, and the J, it flows nicely. You see, there's not that triangle that we saw previously. So whenever I'm looking personally at a Walter Johnson autograph, like, I want the N to be the lowest point of his autograph right here. Like I said, I want this W or this W to be the highest point of his autograph. Post-career, I want this J to look like this. He had a very different J during his actual playing career. We're going to get to that in a second, I'm sure. Like I said, there's a lot of autograph examples out there. He was an excellent signer. See what we talked about right here, and maybe this is dated, I can't see, but here you see how that W comes up like this. Again, this is something else I wanted to see. Also with the T, and I should have mentioned this earlier, the T should be like either more where he crosses that T, it should be more to the right or pretty even. It should never be more to the left. So usually he's put the started here, either came across or came over. You can see right here a nice J. Usually that J, like I said, should come and sort of like flat. It should be a big circle necessarily. Excuse me. So like it sort of should be like a flat top right here with the J. And again, two-stroke J. Again, the one-stroke J's were usually reserved to playing career. And again, you see how the Johnson is nice and flat with the end being the bottom. Only thing that falls down the bottom part by far in the Johnson. Again, he had a beautiful autograph. He took a lot of pride in his autograph. Again, I don't know the date right here, but this looks like more like a Plains Day career because the Johnson's much more see how the J is very different right here. The W, the middle W is the highest part of the letter. The W connects to the A, which again is very rare, I would say, for Walter Johnson. This is almost like, I'm not saying it's not real, I'm sure it's real, but just this is a very unique Walter Johnson. You usually don't see these types of autographs coming up. I can't see this one, so I'm going to keep going. Again, this looks like a playing days career Walter Johnson because the J you see is a one-stroke J. Again, he stopped doing this after his career. I mean, again, the end's a little weird to me, but you see the break between the W. And even here, the W, this part of the W is the highest part of his autograph when it comes to the W right here. And there's a break between the W and the A. Again, a beautiful, nice, flowing autograph. You want to see no breaks in a Walter Johnson autograph. Again, here we go, 1925. You see how the J is so much different. And again, if you're looking to buy a Walter Johnson, most likely you're going to buy a Walter Johnson autograph post-playing days. You're not going to find a Walter Johnson that looks like this. These are much more rare, much more desirable autographs. Okay, here we go. Post-playing days autograph. Again, right here, you see how the T comes here and it goes over. It doesn't lean to the left. It doesn't lean to the right. The Johnson is a two-stroke J with a nice flat top. Beautiful flow right here. Again, you see the N is the lowest part of his autograph right here. The R comes down also, at least to the last name. Again, you'll see some autographs later where the Johnson kind of comes down. It should not flow up. So, again, like I say, this is 1928. This is towards the end. And, again, there's that triangle J. And, again, they're there, but they're very, like, this is not really a post-career Walter Johnson autograph. That is very common. I'm very leery when I see these triangle Walter Johnson autographs. Mediums that we know, let's say, are not 100% authentic. Like, I know this is authentic. I'm not worried about this necessarily, but there's other autographs we'll get at later where we see that, Jay. I know that if Bill's watching this, he would kill for this autograph right here. So for the Blattner collection, again, this is a playing day career Walter Johnson autograph. Very rare. And again, this J is like, you really don't see this that often. And same thing with this W that comes up where the W, the middle part of the W is so high. So I think actually, now that I think about it, I think, and I could be wrong, I think Bill just bought this autograph. So, okay, I digress again. Again, 1932. This is a kind of like a Walter Johnson. This J is a little odd. Again, I'm not saying it's wrong. I think it's right. You can see this is during his time as manager. Again, the W, the highest point right here. The T is balanced a little to the right. The N is like, it's on a nice flat plane. You got a flat top J, nice flow. I'm going to start speeding through these because to me, at least a lot of these look the same. What we talked about, again, like the high W right here, the N coming down, two-stroke H right here, flat top J. Again, it's kind of rounded. It's not like a flat top post-playing day career Walter Johnson. Again, post 1935. By then, again, post-playing days, this is your typical, although the W comes up here, which is nice to see, but the Johnson, flat top, nice flow. The N comes down as the hard down. So, this one is probably a sign either as his managing career is going on right now or a sign during his playing days career. You can see right now it's a team sign baseball. I can't see. There's a window blocking me if there is a date about this baseball. I wish I could see that. Again, nice post-playing days career autograph, Walter Johnson. Nice flow. 1940, see it's a flat top. It just doesn't have that hard stop right here. The W now is the highest part. Usually post-playing days, towards the end of his life, like 1940s. This W is the highest part. And again, a nice plane. And with the N's the lowest part. This is what you want to see. This is the most common autographs he was signing towards the end. So again, a nice check, 1942. This is what you want to see. You know, saying the W is the highest part right here. The N is the lowest thing, 2-stroke J. I mean, I can keep going. Hopefully by now you're getting the point what you want to see right here. Again, this is a Playing Days career autograph. I can just tell just by looking at it. Again, post Playing Days. Again, you should get the feel with Walter Johnson pretty much like when he signed the autograph based on the W, based on the J, based on the autograph itself. Again, 1945. Again, we're now starting getting towards the end of his life. That being said, his autograph is pretty much the same. You can find 1946 checks. Again, very similar. The N is the bottom part of his autograph. The T goes a little bit to the right. The W right here, this N to the right is the highest part of his autograph. So again, very consistent autograph, pretty much towards the whole entire end of his Playing Days, the end of his life. We already looked at this. They have this up again for some reason. Yeah, I think Bill owns this autograph now. Now that I think about it, he'll chime in here. So again, that's Walter Johnson on the PSA database. I want to close that. Again, we'll come back to this a little bit. This is again another 1940 check. Again, it sort of flows down right here, but again, see how the W is the highest part, 2-stroke J, flat right here, rounded out. The N is the lowest part. This is my check again right here in 1942. W is the highest part, flat top J, N is the lowest part. So I want to talk a little bit about autographs that I think are not good. I don't want to say these are not good. I don't know 100%. So, but again, if we look at a couple of them, I want to look here. So these are like, again, these are autographs that are not authenticated that are on Autograph Warehouse. I don't know what these are. The spacing on this is a little odd to me. This one could be good. Sorry, allergies. The J is really extended out. The N comes down. It's this other one here. Okay, let me close this. That really is. It's like, to me, it's like, if you look at this one that they're selling, again, see how the J is so wobbly. This thing is very slowly drawn right here. But this just shows how easy it is to forge a Walter Johnson autograph. I don't think this is good. The problem, it's this, especially with the J, and how you see how it's like, you can see when I say slowly drawn, you can see how it doesn't, there's not a lot of flow right here in this J up here. But again, his autograph would be, to me, easy for. The other thing, obviously, it looks like this is a 1-stroke J. He didn't sign this really post-playing career, and during the career when he did sign this, it wasn't it was more of an oval coming down and like more of a circle than this. So again, this is just one I wasn't a fan of. Another one I want to talk about is this right here. Ron thinks this is fake. This is probably the only, we'll say authenticated Walter Johnson signed plaque. Keep in mind, like, they had these at 1939 to 1943, but there weren't actual induction ceremonies every year after 1939. So just because they so these came out from 39 to 43. So unless he signed this at the Cooperstown ceremony in 39, which he was at, it may have been signed somewhere else. Like, the key issues, if we can zoom in here, is this J. And I just don't like like we'll call this a triangle J right here. You see how it's a triangle, then it comes back and comes down. So I could see why Ron would have issues with this. I would definitely question this for sure. This sold for $21,000 in the famous Christie's auction in 2021, where they had just incredible items. But you see, it's just the triangle, the point. Usually he wasn't signing this by 1940. We talked about the checks, and like, if we go back here, see how like 1940 he was signed with a nice round right here. I mean, the fact that he went back, I want to find this again, they signed it with this, like, let's say, diamond point right here, makes it like an oddity. Can I say 100% it's not real? No. But I feel comfortable buying this? Absolutely not. I mean, there are those plaque collectors out there, they'll just pay anything for a TPA approved plaque, and like, it's so rare. That's why I think this one went for so much money. Another ball I want to call out here that looks really odd to me is this one. Golden signed this. Is the world's finest Johnson authentication ball. This just, there's a lot of things about it I don't like. I don't like how he signed the Johnson on an up plane like this. I don't like the diamond right here. The J just looks really odd and really slowly drawn. If you draw up close, you see the J doesn't have a lot of flow. It kind of, see that? See how it doesn't flow straight up? It kind of curves into the right here. It hits a point and it comes down. It's just an odd Johnson. Usually when Johnson was signing these, usually the point would come down and it usually should be a flat top. You can see obviously this is not flat. It's going up and to the right. And like Golden sold this as the world's nicest baseball for $37,200. So I don't know if you can figure out what year they sold this. 2022. So not that long ago. So, and again, we're just coming back to like 1946, the year he died. And like his autograph is still pretty steady in 1946. So I went on eBay. I mean, this one, again, it looks a little weird to me. I don't know him and Dutch Leonard ever play together. It sold pretty cheaply for $975. Yes, they had an older PSA DNA certification, but it was just weird to me. You can see the pencil is very different. So like you would think whoever got this signed it with the same pencil. I mean, maybe they didn't push down as hard when Dutch Leonard signed it compared to Walter Johnson. It's just an odd autograph to me. Can I say 100% it's fake? No, but like I said, it's an older PSA certificate, 2005. So I looked at everything else on eBay looked pretty good to me, to be honest. So that's a lot of time on Walter Johnson. So, I mean, if you just buy, there's so many certified autographs of him. When I say certified, checks, government postcards, letters. I mean, he was a very prolific signer. So just do your homework. If you see a deal too good to be true, probably is. Because like I said, he's very much wanted. So we're going to move on to Walter Johnson to Chipper Jones. So as always, thank you for watching and keep collecting.